Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons, and we are back on campus with their college football series, finally returning back to it. And this is going to be a big episode for us. We are kind of on a roll right now, needing to continue to push on our good performance, and hopefully kind of use that into some recruiting things where a lot of the guys that we have already, we are near the top. Most of them, if not, have either locked us out. But really, the guys that have locked us out are not someone we've spent a whole lot of time trying to ensure we got the recruiting level for them. A lot of these guys, we that you see with zeros, in positions that we could sign them. We are going after some guys in better positions. I do think we've got a pretty good stock of talent. A bunch of guys that some of them will be veterans coming into this, and they'll actually be able to help out a lot of these young freshmen that we're bringing in. Uh, they're at about 66, 67 overall. A lot of them. We're not getting a whole heaping handful of 5-star recruits. Um, but we're doing well enough that I think after a year of training, we're looking at them being in the 70s. After 2 years, 80s. And hopefully after they're coming into their junior year, we're looking at them being into the 90s even. So I think we're getting a pretty good grouping of them. Here, some of them in the team needs really haven't changed. QB and middle linebacker. Those guys that we have, Mike Williams for QB is only 63 overall. Cornelius Moss is a 61 overall. Yeah, and even Derek Reynolds. Really, I want to just make sure we have guys for possible depth. People that can, fill in for a quarter or a half if we need. Derek Reynolds being a 64 overall probably is actually a pretty decent fit. We are trailing by 220, so we put 450 points towards them. That should give us the lead. We'll kind of see how some of those things work out. Now, the guys we are in a battle for: J.R. Johnson, 69 overall defensive end; Tommy Johnson, 68 overall corner. Um, James Fred, not the biggest guy in the world, not the best rated, but we lead in most of our ones that were in a battle that were really putting a hefty group of points, and that's something I can rest solidly on. These are the guys not scouted. We're not really in the lead on any of them, so just kind of seeing where we need to go with it. We do still have 19 scholarships we can offer. So there's a lot out there, and I think we need to see what all we have available. But if you look, our top 3 recruits, J.R. Johnson, Drew Newell, and Tommy Johnson, we do lead for those 3 prospects, I guess, recruits. In every stage, we have a pretty handy lead on those recruits. So now let's jump into this game here. We're going to be taking on Big 12 opponent, Iowa State, only allowing 215 passing yards, but look at that, 190 rushing yards allowed on average. So that means there have been games where teams that obviously have gotten over 200 plus rushing yards. So I think we may want to try to make that a focus, but if we can jump out to a big lead, that'll give us something pretty handy to kind of hold on to, especially with a rushing game and forcing and kind of upping that number from the 190 to possibly 200 yards average per game if we can put enough up. So this is Big 12 football. Now, we have been on a wee bit of a winning streak here. Nothing major. It's not anything that's even gotten us into the top 25. But it is good, solid performances by our team, and it's given us a lot of momentum. And with that, we're going to take it into this ball game here as we start out the drive at about the 40-yard line. Ryan Weber to the left side, breaking tackles down the sideline, brought out at about the 24-yard line. As look at that, he's at 929 rushes before that carry, and that was at 19, so he's at about 948 yards. Only 52 more, and the man's got 1,000 on the season. But can't worry about that right now as we come out for our second play, 1st and 10. Conception in the shotgun, drops back, fires over the middle, finds Osborne. Big time play. Get your guns up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What a throw right there. That was a big time play. Conception standing tall in that pocket and finding Osborne over the middle, having the patience to finally get the ball out there and give us a quick early lead here in this game. And now take a look at that. Oklahoma, that has fallen to number 24, is now 6-2 on the season after beating West Virginia 38-26. West Virginia is 6-4. Dang, they're going to have a lot of bye weeks here as the season comes to a close. Both of those teams have qualified for a bowl game. Now TCU, coming in at 8-1, is maintaining their top 10 spot this week, as they are number 7 in the country, and they put up 42 on Kansas to their 21 points, winning big with their quarterback Jackson throwing for 4 touchdowns. Now we're going to be a little later in the first quarter as we get back to action. We do actually lead 14-0 this time after some big-time offensive play. And Iowa State coming back, they're going to need a score here, but we are going to do everything we can to try to get that stopped. And hopefully we can put this game away early. I know it's only the first quarter, but, 3-score leads for some of these teams are going to be pretty difficult to overcome. So Iowa State comes to it about their 30-yard line with a 2nd and 10 coming out from the shotgun formation. Tucker with an option, and he keeps it. He's going to be brought down for a 3-yard rush in the backfield. There were 3 Red Raiders on top of him, and he was not going to escape that. So that brings up 3rd and 13 from the 26-yard line now. And if we can get a big-time stop, that'll really help us get some good field position and possibly put this game away. That is what we are looking to do right now. But first, this 3rd and 13, Tucker has the ball. He scans over, fires it. His man is brought down, John Lane. Looks like the tight end got the reception, but only picks up 4 yards. And so they do punt the ball away. Now, on our ensuing drive, we are now with a 2nd and 4. Iowa State brings a big blitz. We drop it off to John White around the edge and brought down at about the 18-yard line. That was an 11-yard gain for the Red Raider offense here, as we are just pushing it down the field. Once again, like I said, trying to put this game away. 14-0 is the score right now. Conception in the shotgun formation. He has an option keeper up the middle, following his blockers, and he's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. And that will give us a 1st and goal. Big time run by Conception there, as he does fall forward, giving us a brand new set of downs. So here we go. 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line. Conception in a shotgun formation, 4 wide. Now he's starting to change up some of the play. Looks over the middle, fires it. It's going to be caught. No, wait, that one is dropped. We had it in our hands for a split second. We just could not hold on to it. And so that will bring up a 2nd and goal for this Red Raider offense, as Conception trying to take command here. In the kind of a goofy-looking pistol formation, hands it off to Weber up the middle. Weber pushes forward. Touchdown, Tech. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Ryan Weber blasts through that defensive line. But he looked kind of hurt. Hopefully he's not. And that will give us a 3-score lead, as we are still here in the first quarter. And we have it 21-0 in Ames, Iowa. This is starting to get out of hand for the Cyclones. So much so, we're going to move up here to about 6 minutes in the second quarters. We are about to punch it in again from the 15-yard line, this time leading 21-7. But Moss is going to jump that route, and we actually throw an interception. 21-7. Iowa State apparently does not want to go away that quietly. I was hoping they would once we got up 21-0, but they came back for the score, and then they just got that interception. And now they have a chance to cut it to within one score, actually, on this drive. As they hand it off to their man right up the middle, John Bell picking up 5 yards on that play. As that takes them to a 2nd and 5. And standard Big 12 style, they are going to go quick. making sure to try to get the right play call in. As they go pistol formation, 2 tight ends. They drop back, fire it over to the left side. They leap forward, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Jason Donaldson had it in his hands and just could not come down with it, cutting off that route. It's not an interception, but it does fall incomplete at least. And Iowa State will have a 3rd and 5. Now the quarterback Tucker comes out in the shotgun formation, sends a tight end in motion. Tucker trying to get the screen pass out there. Bell has it. He's brought down. Bell brought down by Bell. What a play by this defense, as that will force a punt by the Cyclones. 4th and 5 now. What a great stop. 3 and out by our defense here. That is what you need after a turnover, as Iowa State punts it right back to us here. As we start the return, cut it to the left. Poole breaking tackles and is finally brought down on the Cyclone side of the 50, as we will have a 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Here are 5 minutes remaining in the first half. And this is another opportunity. We are having the opportunities now. We need to take advantage. Conception. Pistol formation, 2 tight ends. Option, he keeps it up the middle. Tries to take it out to the right side. It is finally brought down after a gain of 9. No way, they're going to give him 10 yards on that one, as he now has 5 rushes for 58 yards and a touchdown in this game. And he's really done that a lot this season, just taking games over. And that's what he's trying to do right now from the pistol formation. Once again, hands it off to Weber, cuts it out to the right side. And he's going to come down finally after a gain of about 11 yards and a big-time play by this offense. And after a play like that, we need to build on top of it right here. So from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Time is now 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Conception in the shotgun formation. Since Herman in motion, does a little shovel pass to him. Herman around the edge, cuts it back inside, and Matt Herman brought down after a gain of 12 yards. They are going to count that as a reception, I guess, because we let him get a little far outside instead of doing it just immediately. But that will be good for 12 yards. As we come through here with another 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Conception in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers set. He has the snap rolling out to his right. Conception stops, fires it. It's going to be caught. Chad McMillan. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Conception rolled out to his right side. And we saw McMillan coming, just dragging along that back line, hoping he didn't stop. And he doesn't, and he tiptoes in. And that's going to give us another 3-score lead once again, as we put that extra point through and take the lead 28-7 here in this ball game. Now let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the country, as number 9 Oregon falls embarrassingly to Utah. And let's see, after that scoring update, let's jump back into it, as we're now here in the third quarter. And we stopped that screen pass really well. That's what we need to see more of out of our defense. And plays like that. That's not a normal thing for us, but we need to make it a normal thing. And the Cyclones now have a 2nd and 11. Now, granted, they are at about the 50-yard line. Still, I'll take a stop wherever I can get a stop. As Tucker for the Clones comes out in shotgun formation, hands it off to Bell up the middle, and there's not going to be much of a hole there. We were waiting for him. John Bell only picks up 4 yards. He has 6 rushes for 49 yards on the day. So that's not a very good yard per carry, but keeping it to only 6, having this lead, preventing him from getting the ball, except for now, as they hand it off to him. And Singletary, what a great effort by him, diving at John Bell to bring him down, and finally does. That was a pretty good play by this defense. As we look at Iowa State here, is a little bit later in the quarter, they do have a 1st and 10. However, we did get a stop on that. Gain about 4 yards on that rush. And so that brings up 2nd and 6. Now, our defense has done well. We've stopped them. Our offense playing pretty decent. We have a 3-score lead, so you can't fault them. But look they fumbled it. Bell picks it back up. And that's going to be a big turnover by this Cyclone offense. And it's things like that have gone our way. Our offense hasn't played, exceptional, but our defense has come up with some big stops in big moments. And then our offense, every time we have come up with a play like that, we have followed through and we have punched it in. That's what has really helped us out. Big time plays by our defense, and our offense is paying them back. It's synergy, ladies and gentlemen, synergy between our team. And so here at the 2nd and 1, synergy a pimpin'. Conception comes out in a shotgun formation, hands it to Weber to the left side, through a hole. Ryan Weber brought down after a gain of 7 yards. As he fought forward, ran into some contact, and was finally brought down. But that does give us a first down and gets the ball to the 35-yard line of the Cyclones here as we are driving. Now, Conception and this Red Raider offense has been doing very well today. Had some hiccups, but we need to continue to build on what we have done well. And Ryan Weber up the middle, that has done very well for us. He has 10 rushes for 80 yards so far, averaging 8 yards per carry. You got to love seeing a stat like that. So 2nd and 3, Conception is going to be in the pistol formation. As the snap, they bring a blitz, and he gets it out to John White down to the 15-yard line over the middle. Conception saw him coming as the linebackers brought the heavy pressure, but we were able to get it away and get a big-time offensive play. And so now 1st and 10 from about the 15-yard line. Conception in a shotgun formation once again. Hands it to Weber off to the right side, cuts it up the middle, and Weber's going to pick up about 5 yards as he was hit brought down pretty hard on that one. But still 5-yard gain. We'll take what we can get. Just keep the ball moving forward, and let's add another one to the score. As we get set up 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line, 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We do still lead 28-7 and try to extend that lead right now. Conception drops back, tosses it back to Weber. Looks like a throw, but they're going to count that as a rush because he was behind him. And that brings up 3rd and 2. Not sure what that play was all about, but hey, I guess we saw something at the time because I saw nothing right there. Now 3rd and 2 here about the 8-yard line. Conception in a shotgun formation. He has Osborne in the slot section on the right side. And they're going to bring a blitz, and that's going to bring Conception down. The Cyclones perfectly timed that blitz out, and they got around us for the sack. Now, here we are a little bit later in the game. No one else has scored, really. We did end up turning that 1 sack into a field goal and got one more field goal out of them. So not much to see as we do kneel the ball for the last time in this game as we will finish this one off 34-7 in Ames, Iowa. This is a big win by our team right here. First of all, a solid win by our offense and defense. We've had some rough moments. But that one, they really came through for us here and got some big plays down the stretch. And look at that. Conception accounted for 352 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the rest of the team only 141 yards. Having a young man like that really makes winning a little bit easier here in college football. And so that will do it for us. Let's go ahead and see where we stand. If we can, maybe this one will put us in the rankings. I'm not exactly sure. Fingers crossed. I think we've played well enough. We do have 2 losses on the season, but I think up to this point we've done enough to possibly earn a ranking spot. But let's see. And while we do get that loaded up, I do want to remind y'all to subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And give us a thumbs up if you like today's video or you like college football in general. And just want to thank y'all for joining us. We here at Champ and Sons, we do really appreciate everything that y'all do for us. So thank y'all very much. And there we are, 6-2 on the year. Facing off in the next game against number 19 Kansas State. Dang, taking on another top 25 team. That one should be a fun one. So I will see y'all in that episode. As always, everybody, stay safe, and, well, y'all know how it goes by now. Later, y'all.